to what we ultimately think, who we are. But this morning, I want you to know that God sees something different in you. God sees, he knows what he intends. Did y'all hear the prayer this morning? God knows what he intends for you. And because he knows what he intends for you, I need you to understand this morning that sometimes that very thing that you think separates you from God, God says, I'm going to use that to take you to the place that I want you to be. Yes. Somebody should have been running right there. God, that the very thing that you think separates you from God is what God is going to turn around and use to take you where God wants you ultimately. What you talking about, preacher? I ain't never really been too cute with words. Or really cute, not with anything. It is what it is for me. And it's just kind of straightforward. But God takes my straightforwardness, which my wife can't stand sometimes, but he takes my straightforwardness and uses it for me to be able to connect and say exactly what he wants me to say, when he wants me to say it, and how he wants me to say it. So sometimes we as people, we think that, I have a tendency to not tell the truth all the time. God knows there's some people in your life that don't tell the truth all the time. He's going to use you and your ability sometimes to not always tell the truth. Turn that thing around so that when that person, the other person, sees you doing what's right, he's going to use the very thing that you thought separated you from God to bring us into God. Y'all, all of us have some proclivities, some things that we don't want everybody to know about. And sometimes allow that thing, that proclivity that we have to keep us down in the bottom and in the pit and don't allow us to do some things that we shouldn't be doing. Because God wants us, he wants everything about you God can use. Maybe I should have had children come to the front this morning. Since y'all adults are getting like you should. Everything about you God can use. Marvin Sapp has this song. He says, and I'm going to use that song for my text this morning, for the subject this morning. He says, he saw the best in me. God did. God saw the best in you. When everyone else around you could only see the worst in you, help me somebody, God saw the best. He saw what you could be. He saw what you were going to be. He saw what he was shaping you out and going to make you over to be. He saw the best in you. And God, I stopped by this morning to tell somebody, forget about what they say about you. Take the T and the Y off. It only matters what he says about you. If you can take off some of those stigmas and those stigmatisms and all those things that they say about you and try to put on you, look at what God is trying to do with you in the midst of all that you're going through. In the midst of what you're going through, God is still working this morning. I said in the prayer, working in the details of your life. You think that thing that you caught up in right now is designed to take you out. No, that thing is designed to take you over into your promised place that God had for you. But you can't focus on that thing, but focus on the He that's in you. The text every now and then you hear me say, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Sometimes you have to focus on the He that's on the inside of you and not all the stuff that's going on the outside of you. The text this morning, the man, the Pharisee, he got caught up with who the lady was or used to be. He got caught up with the fact that she's a sinful lady. She was wrapped up in sin and all these things that she used to do. He tried to focus on that and ask Jesus, why are you dealing with this lady who is sinful by nature? But Jesus saw something different in her. He realized that she was at the Pharisee's house, the Pharisee should have been the one that opened up the door for her. He should have been the one that gave her a kiss on the head. He should have been the one that was rubbing his feet. He should have been the one that was saying, Jesus, come on in and sit down, rest a little while from your labors. But it was the lady who saw about the needs of Jesus. In spite of her sin problem, she looked beyond all of who she was and she saw something in Jesus and said, there is my help. Help me somebody. This man can help me. I don't care what I used to be or how I used to be. I'm going to put my trust and my faith in the one who I believe can turn my situation around. Y'all hear me this morning. And then while she was praying, Jesus saw, I love that about the text. Jesus didn't get caught up talking to the Pharisee about the thing. He saw what she was doing and told the Pharisee, did you not see this woman who came into your house? He had to remind the man that this is your house, She came into your house, and when she came into your house, she laid things out for me, and the tears, that was tears of pain, of sorrow, because she knew who she was, and she took her sin problem and allowed the tears of her sin problem to fall down on Jesus' feet, because that's where your sin problem ought to be, at the feet of Jesus. So she tried all of her tears, let them pour out of her face down onto the ground. And when she had cried her last tear, she took her hair from, I guess she had long hair, from her head and wiped it off and said, Jesus, please hear my cry. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning. She says, here, take all of my problems, take all of the things that I've been dealing with down through the years. Yes, I'm jacked up. Yes, I ain't worth 2 cents, but I know that you can turn everything around. And so I came to somebody else's house. I walked over to my neighbor's house, and he said that this man named Jesus was coming through, so I made it my business. I'm trying to help somebody this morning. I made it my business to get over there. Why did you point that out, preacher? Because somehow, today it was Sister Rhea, but she brought a whole lot of folk into the house this morning. She made it her business to get them into God's house. I don't know how you're going to take this one, but sometimes you got to realize that when you get there, help me somebody, when you get in God's house, you got to cast your cares on Him. Lay it all out before the altar. Yes, you jacked up. Yes, you got some stuff in your life. Yes, you've done some stuff you ain't got no business, but Jesus paid it all. He says all you got to do is ask, and you shall receive. All you got to do is trust me, and I'll make everything all right. All you have to do is give it to Him and watch Him move in your life. This lady, sinful as she was, the Pharisee, the man, he says to her, to Jesus, if you were a prophet trying to question Jesus, you sound foolish. This man has healed folk. This man has raised folk. And this man has, just by the speaking of his word, made people's situations turn around. And you trying to say, if you are a prophet. Clearly, Jesus let him know I am. Because this word didn't say the man said this out loud. He thought this. He thought this in his mind, that if this man knew who she was, and Jesus put him on blast. The text says, do you see this woman? He started talking to the man. The man ain't said nothing. But Jesus, who knows all and sees all, this man, the Pharisee, began to question. But Jesus said, let me get in your mind just for a little while. I know all about her troubles. I know everything about her, but she's down here showing me a little love. What you're talking about, preacher? If when you come in to the house, when you get where God is, and you know that you got a sin problem, you don't allow stuff. So what somebody else thinks about your sin problem. We all got sin problems. Your sin problem might not be as bad as mine. And the fact that text reminds us that some people have great 50 denarii, some people have 500 denarii. It's in the text. So, but don't you get caught up with how many denarii or problems you have. Some have many, some have few. But the one who has few problems sometimes think that their stuff don't stink quite as bad as others. Help me somebody. And because you think your stuff don't stink quite as much as the other, you're going to say, I don't need forgiveness today. Well, I stopped by to tell somebody, it don't matter whether you got a lot of problems or a little problem, we all need King Jesus. And if you don't have sense enough to let God know that in every situation, God, I need you, somehow, somewhere, you got to know that it was God that moved in the midst of your 50 or your 500 denarius.
Right. That's what I said.
Yeah. 50 denarius is your sins, or 500, many or few. Jesus is working in the midst of them all. He's not concerned with how does the difference reflect from me to you? The difference is if you love Jesus, even if he says, I'm coming to somebody else's house, if you love Jesus and you know you got some issues, I'm going to get over there. I'm going to cast my lot right in his house. I'm going to sit down right where I know he's going to be, and I'm going to wait for him to say something. And whenever he says it, I'm going to cast all of my cares. She started crying. I'm going to cast all my cares on him. I'm just waiting on the Lord to do something so that he can let me know that it's okay now to say everything going to be all right. And so when you trust him, when you know, boy, my knees was hurting. When you know that somehow it was Jesus that came by and saw about you. When you know that it was him that told you everything's going to be all right. You don't get concerned about whether you got a lot or a little. You just give God the praise for whatever your situation is and tell him, turn it around for me, Lord. He sees and he always sees the best in you. He knows you're jacked up. He knows you got some issues. He knows you got some problems. But he is able to look beyond all of that and see the best in you. He can see what you can be, what you will be. And it does not matter what your mama used to say or what your daddy used to say about you, what your aunties or uncles used to say about you. All God is concerned about is, do you love me? Because if you love me, you will show me that you love me. The text in the great Christian hymn of the Ebenezer Zion Church, they'll know we are Christians by our love. Jesus says, I will know that you are my child by the love that you show one for another. I will know that you are mine and I am yours by the love that you concern that you show for your brother or your sister. And when your issues get higher than your concern for me or for others, then I know that also. What you talking about, preacher? When you think that your issues are greater than Jesus, he knows because you didn't bring it to him. You thought you could work that out on your own. But Jesus says, I'm here for you. And I'm working, watch this, I'm working in the details. You think you can work it out? No, you can't. You can't fix it. You've been trying for a long time. Same result, same stuff. Same stuff, different day. We have the same thing going on over and over again because you tried to fix it yourself. You tried to work it out yourself. You tried to turn it around. But I stop by and tell somebody, turn it over to Jesus. He'll make everything all right. This lady, she knew that if I could just get close to Jesus, I'm going to give him, I want him to be fresh and so clean. And so fresh and so clean, no? All right. I want Jesus to be clean when he leaves here. I want Jesus to know that it was me who came and cleaned him up in spite of the fact that I've had some sins in my life. I've had some trials in my life. I've had some issues in my life. I want Jesus to know that I trust him. I believe in him. I love him. My heart goes to him. I want him to know that if I can just get close to him, that somehow I believe in my Shana, that something, everything gonna be all right. Y'all don't want to talk back to this morning. Let me get to the last little bit in the text, how I know that she knew that if she could get this close to him, everything's going to be all right. The text tells us, says, but whoever has been forgiven a little loves a little. Jesus said to her, your sins are forgiven. Because why is that relevant to what I'm trying to say about he saw the best in me? Because Jesus knew about her sin problem. He knew everything about her. He just wants to know, do you have sense enough to come to me and fall down on bended knee and say to me, I got a problem. I got some issues in my life. I've had some bad times in my life. People been talking about me in the hood. People know my history in the hood. People know what I'm working with in the hood. People know that I've done some stuff I got no business in the hood. And if you can just say, yes, he knows all about that, and he knew that when he called me out of the situation that I was in. He came and saw the best in you while you were helping somebody, while you were where you were. He didn't pull you out and say, now you're going to be the best. He knew that you were something good. He knew that you had potential. He knew that you had an upside. This is what you're in right now. It's just your downside. That there's something great on the other side. If you just could put your trust in, forget about where you are right now and put your trust in him. He knew Jesus. He knew that there was something different about you that sets you apart from all the rest. And he wants to know this morning, do you love me enough to commit to me and say, Jesus, I do. And if you are bold enough this morning to say, Jesus, I do, Jesus is capable, willing, and able to take you from where you are and move you to where you ought to be. But you got to let Jesus know he's already seen. He's already, watch this, he's already seen the best in you. He knows what you're capable of. He knows that if the enemy gets you now, he can cause you to go in a different direction. And watch this, take longer for you to get where he knows the intended end. Y'all don't forget that. Because he knows the intended end, he realizes that sometimes, even though you're on this crooked path right now, that he knows that if the enemy can keep his hand on you, you're going to stay on the crooked path. But if I'm doing this, I wish I had two people, but if I'm doing this, it's going to take me a little longer to get straight over there. If I decide I'm going to go down that aisle and come out that aisle over there, and Sister McElwain decides she's going to walk straight to the corner, she's going to get there first. Help me somebody. But if I get on Jesus' path, while I'm going over here and all around there, Sister McElwain already got to her glory. She already got to her good stuff. She already got to her goody two shoes. She's already got to her should have that. I was going to say that. No, we ain't going to put that on. She already got her good thing. She's already got what she's supposed to have because she walked the straight path. She didn't go all around the world trying to get to the same place that I was trying to get to because she allowed Jesus to see the best in her now. And she got hooked up with King Jesus. And when you get hooked up with King Jesus, Marvin says that when everyone else is talking about you, and when everyone else sees the worst in you, God sees your best. Kept saying, the best, the best, over and over, the best. He knows what he has for you, and what he has for you is something far greater than what you have. And if you come in to God's house, while Sister Joanne is sitting, she's one of my go-getters, so I ain't really talking about her, I'm just going to use her because she's in the front row this morning. When Sister Joanne is not saying anything, if you come in and give God your best praise, if you come in and give God your best hallelujah, if you come in and give God your best thank you, Jesus, somehow God will begin to move in the midst of your circumstances, and he'll begin to open up some doors. He knows you're sinful. He knows you got some stuff in your life, but he sees you operating in the spirit realm and recognizes that if she, in the midst of what she's going through, can give God a hallelujah anyhow, or can tell God thank you in the midst of what I'm going through, God says, I'm going to come see about her, and I'm going to turn her situation around. The lady in the text says, go, your sins have been forgiven. Because she came into the house, I'm trying to move out of what that said and bring it to 2019, she came out of that situation. And for us, we have to realize that prayer is the way from out of and into a whole lot of situations that we find ourselves in. Praise is the other tool that we can use to bring our sinful selves out of some stuff that we put ourselves in. We got to learn to tell God thank you for all the things that we're going through. We got to learn to tell God thank you in the midst of our hard times. We've got to learn to tell, yes, I'm jacked up, but God, I thank you. It's not as bad as it could be, so I'm not going to get concerned myself with the fact that I'm worse than somebody else. I'm just going to tell you, thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you for opening the door for me. Thank you for making a way for me. And thank you for keeping my children from being out in the streets. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me over and over and over again. You didn't have to do it, but you did. You didn't have to make a way, God, but you did. You didn't have to turn my situation around, but you did. You didn't have to get me out of jail, but you did. You didn't have to fix my finances, but you did. So I'm just glad, God, that you saw something different in me and kept my enemy at bay. You saw something different in me and caused my enemy to behave. You saw something different in me, and when they tried to backbite, when they tried to lie on me, when they tried to scandalize my name, God, you saved me. You put a hedge of protection all around me. And if it had not been for the Lord, somebody ought to tell the Lord thank you this morning and realize that if it had not been for God, you too have went to the altar. You too took your alabaster jar full of all the perfumes and tried to lay it out before Jesus. Sometimes didn't let it happen the way you wanted to, but somehow you kept on keeping on. You kept on pressing your way. You kept on going to see what was on the other side. And I stopped by to tell somebody this morning, because you have pressed, God is about to bless. Because you have pressed past the temporary. Because you have pressed past that little temporary thing that was designed to take you out. You told God, have your way. You didn't say it out of your mouth like that, but the fact that you're here this morning, somehow you got around that thing. I think I said earlier, whatever that thing was, God did it. Whatever it was that got you from where you were to where you are, God did it. And because God did it, that lets me know that he saw the best in you. And he saw something different in you that everybody else who's around you did not see. And they still can't figure it out. They still trying to figure out why he's the biggest hellraiser in town. Ready to tell more lies than everybody. But somehow he's still here. God has a plan for you. Help me somebody. He knows the plan that he has for you, and he's not going to let anybody or anything cause you to miss out on what God has for you. So he's holding out the time just for a little while. Just for you. He sees the best in you. Raise your hand this morning. Tell your neighbor, God sees the best in me. And he's going to work that thing out. I may not look like what I should, but God is working in me. God is going to work this thing out, and sooner or later, This thing's gonna work in my favor. Help me, Holy Ghost. Sooner or later, it's turning around. So look at your neighbor and say, it's turning around for me. If you believe that, stand on your feet and give God a hand praise. Sometimes we gotta speak that thing into existence. We all go through some stuff. We all got some situations, some issues in our life. We all got some circumstances that are greater than we can get to imagine. We all got some ups and downs, but somehow this morning,